Hi, I'm Mr. Sonko, or you can call me Mr. Dutch as well. Mr. Dutch is easier. Mr. Sonko is quite hard to pronounce for some people. I'll be your teacher for digital technologies for a little while, and we'll do some neat stuff along the way. What will we be doing? Well, this digital technologies is all about designing and developing digital outcomes, which is basically, in very short, making stuff with computers. And we'll also be doing some computational thinking. Computational thinking basically means thinking like a computer. Right. For our first project, we'll be tackling an issue. And the issue is that generally museums are quite boring. If you go to a museum, you can't touch anything. It's quite boring. It's not interactive. We'll try and come up with a solution for that. Obviously not a solution for the whole problem, but a little bit of a solution by making something. What are we going to make? We're going to make a interactive museum game. We're going to propose it, we're going to design it, and we're going to make it. So there's a certain process we have to follow. Right. What you will learn during this process is you will learn how to use Gamefruit. Gamefruit is a game curator software. It's all online, it's all free, and it's really cool. Gamefruit, F-R-O-O-T, so not fruit as in normal fruit. The second thing is you will learn how to propose, design, and develop that game, or an interactive museum game with Gamefruit. And thirdly, you'll learn some basic skills with photo software. The photo software we'll use is Photopia. Let's find out how to use Gamefruit. That's the first thing we need to do, right? The way we're going to do that is by using some tutorials that are already in Gamefruit. So I'll show you how to get to Gamefruit, how to open it, and how to do those tutorials. Right. Okay, let's see if we can find all the information that we need to get started with Gamefruit. Obviously, you can just go to Gamefruit and get started there, but first I'd like to show you where to find the instructions to this and how to find your way back. We have a digital technologies website that you can always go back to and find your way again. The way to get there is go to Google Classroom first. So in a browser, just key in Google Classroom, or if you already have a hot link or a bookmark, you go there. Let's go Google Classroom. You'll find the class that I invited you to. And if you haven't done so, you accept the invitation. But you'll see something like this. You'll be in a 9dig class, X or Y. And one of those blocks actually says new material posted, digital technologies website. So you click on that one and you click on this one here, which is the link to our website. Opens up a new tab. And this is our digital technologies webpage. You'll see at the top, year 9, 10, level 1, 2, and 3. So all the information is on there, even if you want to just have a peek at what level 1, 2, and 3 stands for. Maybe have a look at what year 10 are doing, that's fine. But we're in year 9, and the museum game is actually part 2 of our journey. So click on museum game, part 2. And here you find all the information to do with the museum game. These instructional videos are at the top. Then you will have a slide deck and a document template. The document templates we'll discuss in the next video. It's actually our guide to make the museum game. The slide deck you can have a look at. When you open it, you can scroll through it. And it actually has all the bits and pieces that we've discussed and that we'll be discussing. So you can actually go through there. There's some bits and pieces in there on how to do certain things, how to log in. This is the thing we'll do at the moment. We'll go to Gamefruit and try and log in. Right, open up a new tab and we'll type in Gamefruit. It's the easiest, Gamefruit, and then enter. And normally it comes up with some Google research, but what we want to go to is make.gamefruits.com. You'll see the start screen here. You can either start logging in or start making, but obviously we haven't actually made a login just yet. When you click start making, you'll see that all these options are grayed out, except for the top one. What you really want to do is log in. And you want to log in with your Google account, which is this one here. You continue with Google. You'll click your school account. And you'll be logged into Gamefruit. In the top right hand, that's me. I'm all logged in. So now I can start making. Gives you some options. If you're really, if you've done it before and you want to try out some stuff, you can start a new blank game. You can click some game kits to start with. But since we've never done it before, we're trying to figure out how this program works, and at the same time actually learn a little bit about computational thinking. We're going to do this one here. It's Learn to Code with Crossy Road. It's a tutorial game. You click that one. What will pop up, I'll close that one, is on the right hand side you've got some tutorials. Learn to Code with Crossy Road. There's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will do all 5 of them. Once you click the first one, you just go through the process and follow those instructions. I know what it says. I say let's go, and it loads the tutorial assets, or it loads the game. It loads all the things it needs to run this tutorial. Right, so once that's loaded, you see a Crossy Road chicken, and you'll see down the top here, there's 1, and I can click on those circles, 2, 3. Those are the steps you'll go through to finish your tutorial. Really, the only thing you need to do is read those instructions, and do things when it asks you to do certain things. And you'll do all those levels, and when you click the X by accident, it will disappear. This will all stay. What you'll do is you click on tutorials and you'll go back to the start. Right, so you do all 8 levels, or go all the way to 8, which is last step, blah blah, and then you can go. And then you'll need to go all the way back to get out of this tutorial. So you've done this one, then you get into that one. And same as the previous one, you say let's go. I agree with this one. Right, so in this tutorial you'll have 8 levels or similar as well. So you go through these ones, do all those tasks, and finish that one. So once you've done all those ones, all those 5 tutorials, you'll be done, and you can move on with the next video. On the left hand side, that's all the stuff that you'll need, media, code, levels, all those kind of things. But it will be explained in there what you need to do. Right, so if you've done all those ones, that's all good, so you can move on to the next video. But if you get stuck somewhere, over the last few years, when students have done these, they run into certain issues, and those certain issues I've documented on our Digital Technologies webpage, all the way in the bottom. So Gamefruits issues solved. For instance, well, I didn't save my game and I closed my tab, my computer. This kind of runs you through how to recover some games. This is where to find certain buttons. This is once you get going with your museum game, my player falls off the screen. So these are basically fixes to the most often asked questions that I've had over the years. Obviously, you can ask me questions over email once you get stuck with these, but they should be reasonably self-explanatory, hopefully. Let's just get started with one of those, and I'll run you through the first one. Right, it says get the coin. A chicken really wants to have that shiny coin, so this is the coin here. The chicken is just like an actor in a movie. To tell the chicken how to move the coin, we'll give it a script to read. This script will have all the instructions the chicken needs. You can look at the picture as well if you don't want to read text. So it says here, right-click on Crossy Road Chicken and select Edit Script. And here's there's a picture of what that would look like as well. So I can right-click on there. Right, untitled asset, that's a chicken, and I go to Edit Script. I click on that one, and on the left hand side, if you've ever done Scratch, you'll find this familiar. There's all kinds of blocks in here. I can click on it and out pops these ones, these ones, these ones, these ones, these ones. On the right hand side, it actually asks me to click on Scratch blocks. I've done that, so click on Scratch blocks and drag the when level starts block into the empty workspace. So really what it wants to do is for me to drag this one out into the empty workspace, which is that white stuff here. When level starts, something needs to happen. It shows you in this picture here as well. Now we need some blocks to tell the chicken to move. Let's broadcast a message to the game to tell the chicken to move up. Right, click on Scratch blocks and drag the broadcast message block inside when level starts. Okay, let's break this down. Click on Scratch blocks. Okay, so we were there before. What next? Drag the broadcast message block. Right, so let's find that one there. This is the broadcast message block, and it says drag the broadcast message block inside when the level starts. I can see here when the level starts, so what it's asking me is to drag this inside that block there. Done. And I see this little image here that tells me what it should look like. You'll notice it says up in here, it says message in there, and the instructions actually say click on the blue text box, delete message, and type in up. So I'm going to click on there and I'm going to type in up. Cool. And it asks me click on play, enter a name for your script, and then click done. So play. I don't actually need to enter a name for a script. I'll go to level 1 because that's the level we're on. And the chicken moves. Yay, first level done. Close. Right, then it says next step. And I basically have to do step 2, read the instructions there. What is really important, by the way, I'll close this window here, close. What is really important, so we're on step 2. We're still stuck on level 1 over here. What we need to do is make sure we click on level 2. All right. So if I were to go to level step 4, I have to open level 4 in here. It doesn't do that automatically. If I have step 4 and I've got it stuck on level 3, it's not going to be the same pictures. Right? If it's not the same pictures on the right hand side and in your workspace, you know that you've done something wrong. So you might be in step 4 and your level is still in level 3. So you just click the right level. Okay. So what you need to do is just have fun going through it. I have found that most students actually find this really enjoyable. You'll go through each of those ones. Each of those ones will have 8 levels roundabout, and obviously you go through each of those tutorials. Once you're done, you'll go back to this page here, all the way to the top, and do the next video, the second video, right? And it will take you through the process of using this document template to create our museum game. Awesome. Once you've done all those tutorials, you're ready to use Gamefruit and make your museum game. But before that, we need to figure out what kind of museum game we're making, what are we going to do it about, and also how are we going to design it, so what is it going to look like, those kind of things. So we'll use a template to do that. We'll fill out the templates with a series of questions before we can actually get started into making our museum game, our outcome. So in the next video, I'll explain to you where to find that template and how to get going. See you in the next video.